All right, well, good morning, Scituate. It is Monday, the 16th, and yeah, this is the town update. I'd like to start with our town administrator, Jim Bedreau, with COVID update and some other details.
Good morning. Happy Monday. I hope everybody had a nice weekend. It was a beautiful weekend this weekend, and we're looking for some good weather this week. So nice to see that springtime is finally arriving here in Scituate. On the COVID numbers, Avon data for this week was 53, which is a big jump from the 32 of last week. Although the total number of cases in the town reported to the Board of Health went from 53 up to 62, so not as large a jump as the Avon data showed. Positivity ratings up to 6.16, up from 5.67. Plymouth County is at 6.33, which is up from 5.18 of last week. And the state is at 8.68, up from 6.63 of last week. So big jumps in those COVID numbers. Statewide, there are 64 individuals in ICU. That's up from 47 of last week. There are 22 individuals who are intubated, which is the same as last week. So I spoke to the Board of Health agent this morning. He said, don't freak out about the COVID numbers. The hospitalization numbers of what we're tracking right now, they still look good. So we'll keep an eye on that. However, 11 out of 14 counties in Massachusetts are now considered at high risk for COVID. The only ones that are not are Hampden, Hampshire, and Bristol counties. The CDC does recommend that if you are indoors or on public transportation in a county that is high risk, that you wear masks. There is currently no mask mandate, but that is the recommendation. So again, COVID is still hanging around. If you have been boosted, please be boosted. If you need another booster, please get your other booster. And if you haven't been vaccinated, please go out and get vaccinated. The shots are the reason why the hospitalization and the intubations are staying down. So we need people to get their shots to make sure that we keep those numbers down and keep people safe. The water update, the water reservoir continues in the plus. It is plus 2 inches, which is down from 2.75 of last week. Tac Factory Pond is at plus 1.75, which is down from 2.5 of last week. That's caused by we only had 0.05 inches of rain as measured at the treatment plant. So no real rain last week. The average daily demand is at 1.366 million gallons per day, which is up from 1.2 million gallons per day last week. Again, most of this is coming from our wells. We're not running the treatment plant too much right now because the manganese level is 0.108 measured at the treatment plant. That is enough to cause discolored water going through the plant. But because we are using the plant sparingly, hopefully we're not seeing those issues around town. Selco, the water contractor, was in town this week. They're replacing a broken hydrant on Tristing Road today. The hydrant valve is broken, so a good portion of Indian Trail will be without water for portions of the day while we replace that hydrant. In addition, they'll begin installing services on Bradford Ave and Lanton Lane this week. We want to remind people with the coming of spring and the coming of our water updates, we do see a lot of fundraising car washes springing up around town. A car wash requires permission in advance from the water department before you have your car wash. So if you're planning on having a fundraising car wash, please contact the water department at 781-545-8735 and make sure that we are allowing car washes due to the availability of water. Mass DOT has finished the paving down at the Rotary. It looks good. They'll be back Sunday night at 7 o'clock to do the striping. They're estimating from 7 to Sunday night to 5 on Monday morning. They'll be striping. If you can avoid that area, please do so. If you have to go through the Rotary during that time, please expect delays. Take your time and be careful of the striping. Reminder that Marriott Bonvie will be at the Lighthouse this Wednesday from 6 to sunset, filming a commercial out at the Lighthouse. So you can go out and watch Marriott Bonvie film. The DPW has commenced the work on the outfall on Oceanside at the end of Kenneth. If you go down there, you'll see a large crane and a bunch of other equipment working down there. You could get some delays going down there as that equipment is moved around. So if you can, try to avoid that area as much as possible this week while we make those repairs. In addition, you'll see the crews out today starting to install the beach mats around town. With the warm weather, that's good news for people who need the beach mats to install in order to get to the beaches. So we're glad to see them out, but that takes a little while. So be patient, but they should all be out in the next day or two. The town marina is open this weekend. Good to see the boaters back. Happy to see everybody back. But we do want to warn you that we are expecting astronomically high tides today and tomorrow, over 11 feet. That will cause a little bit of flooding in those low-lying areas. Not a whole lot to worry about. Just be careful if you're in those areas. With no wind, we don't expect any splash over or anything else, but we do expect a little bit of flooding in those areas. As I mentioned at the Board of Selectmen's office meeting last week, we are working on the paving schedule. Right now, we're trying to schedule the contractor to find out when they can come in and actually do the work. The two roads that we get the most question about, Old Oak and Bucket and Brook Street, those are both scheduled to be completely repaved this year. And as soon as we have a schedule from the contractor, we'll let people know. And that's what I have for today.
Excellent, thank you. I just want to just do a few updates on some other meetings and things that are happening. I'm actually going to work backwards. So I'm going to go out to Sunday, the 22nd. There's going to be the South Shore Irish Heritage Trail. You have a big thing at 1 o'clock at the bandstand, the dedication to talk about how that trail is going to go through all the different towns. On Saturday, the 21st, at the Coast Guard Station at 10 a.m., there's a huge boat safety meeting. I want folks to know about that, talking about boat safety, but also on the 21st, not to forget, it is the town election. Polls are open from 8 to 6, so please make sure you have your voice heard. Also, Beautification Committee, they have a meeting on the 17th at the library at 7. The DEI, the Diversity and Equity and Inclusion Committee via Zoom has a meeting tomorrow on the 17th, and that's at 6:30. The Zoom link is on the town website. And tonight at 6:30 at the library, Economic Development, they have a meeting at the library as well. And I know Superintendent Burkhead's not here, but I do know this week there are some students taking MCAS, so I just want to wish them all good luck, get a good night's sleep, and I know they'll do well. And with that, I wish the town of Scituate a great week.